Hello everyone, this is the writer. I will be interviewing a special guest today. Nah. So this is part one to the Ask Lev 50 questions. For this part one, we're just going to ask her a bunch of different funky questions to sort of get to know the inside of her head. Hey Lev, thanks for joining us. So, are you excited?
Thanks so much for having me. I'm really excited for these questions. I've been anxious to let everyone know a little bit more about me.
Oh, okay. That's great. So, number one. What was your favorite subject in school?
Let's see. My favorite topics in school were art, theater, and English. Probably because they all pertain to the three art forms I do the most. Obviously for painting, art, and English for the literature and the books that we read, and theater because I love the history of performing, and performing is just another form of storytelling. So I guess I love all three because they are a form of storytelling.
Very nice. What is your favorite drink?
My favorite drink at the moment is this new green tea that a good friend of mine named Sarah gave me called Blue Tea. And it's really good. It's like green tea, but with a hint of like natural sweetness. And aside from that, I always love a good innovative cocktail. Like I love margaritas and mojitos, but I love like really cool innovative drinks that take a spin off of it, like mixology and stuff. Yeah.
Of course. What is your favorite song?
My favorite song at the moment is Janelle Monáe's Queen. Absolutely love that song. I think it's really groovy, funky. It reminds me a lot of Prince, but I also like the message the song has about its societal views on women. So it's a fun song you can get funky to, but has like a really good message. So, yeah.
Favorite color?
My favorite color is blue, but I really like lighter blue. Usually like all shades of blue, but light blue is definitely one that kind of jumps out a smile out of me.
Have you ever been out of the country?
Yes, I've totally been out the country. I've been to 3 countries specifically: England, France, and Spain. In England, I studied acting at BADA at the Oxford Balliol College, and then I would spend times in London and went to Stratford and Avon where Shakespeare was born. In France, I got to go to Paris, which was one of my favorite cities. I absolutely love it. And in Spain, I got to go to Barcelona and see the huge Picasso museum they have there, which is awesome.
Name 3 things that are physically close to you right now.
The 3 things that are physically to me right now are my paintings, my trunk that's full of my old art drawings and sketches and has the books that I'm reading on top of it, and my bed.
How old are you going to turn on your next birthday? It's coming up soon, isn't it?
I will be turning exactly 1 year older than I was last year, and that's all you're getting from me.
So, no details? I see, keeping it to yourself. What do you think makes a person beautiful?
The thing that I think makes a person beautiful is their heart. Where their heart is when they're saying something, their actions, what they're passionate about, how they interact with people. I think if you can really tell that it comes from the heart, that they look beautiful to me. So definitely it's been, for me, from the inside out. Yeah.
Do you have any siblings? If so, do you ever get jealous of them?
I do have siblings. I have 4 siblings underneath me. I am the oldest. I've got 3 other sisters and a little brother. If I'm jealous of them, I think naturally when you have siblings, whether it's one or many, you're bound to be jealous or envy of any of them for like a certain moment or a gift they got different from you or the affection from parents and such. But I don't know if I've ever was really jealous of them, maybe envious, but the envy was never out of pity, more of like competitive. I think naturally if you have a lot of siblings, you tend to be very competitive, and usually competitive just to be just as good as they are or better.
How tall are you? And how tall do you wish you were?
I am 5'7", and funny enough, if I could be any taller, I just want to be 1 inch taller, 5'8".
Love, real or not?
I totally believe love is real. Have you seen my Heart series?
Are you a pessimist or an optimist?
I would definitely say more of an optimist, but I definitely think there are days where I feel like a pessimist. And it's probably on days where the weather is crappy or I'm in a down mood. I personally think everyone has a little bit of pessimism and optimism in them.
Are you usually the one that makes people laugh or the other way around?
I would definitely say I'm the person that makes the crowd laugh. But, you know, they say you keep good company, or you're only as good as the company you keep. And I tend to keep a lot of friends around me that are pretty hilarious and funny and open, and so we really just make each other laugh. But I probably definitely am the one who mostly makes everyone laugh. Haha.
Right, of course. Say a word or phrase that would not be funny to anyone but you or one of your friends, like an inside joke.
Are you going to finish that?
I don't get it. What do you find the most interesting subject to be studied or talked about?
The most interesting subject I find to study or talk about is either creativity and spirituality. Creativity I think is great because I taught a couple of classes this past summer through my Creative Hour blog. And it was interesting interacting with people and seeing their perceptions of what they thought creativity was for. Some of them thought it was just this sort of elite thing where only artists and inventors and scientists are only the able ones to come up with it, not realizing that creativity is actually something that is embedded in all of us and that we all are creative and that you actually need creativity to survive. The second one is spirituality. I think it's always interesting topics to talk about with different people. I normally am pretty open to hear what people's belief systems are, why they choose that way, their story behind it, the cultural references behind it. And it's also, you know, one that tends to have a heated debate. For me, I never really let it get heated because in the end, people's belief is what they believe. But it's just really interesting just to hear about the rich culture that it comes from and just people's perceptions of life, the basic philosophies of who, what, where, and why. So I think it's a really interesting conversation.
Do you consider yourself more nice or naughty? And you can't say both.
Nice?
How long does it take for you to open up?
It doesn't really take me that long to open up. I think I'm a pretty open person. Of course, everyone has like their deep, dark secrets. But for me, the length of time I need to be with a person in order to open up really varies on the person. I could be very open and revealing to someone I just known for 3 months, till someone I haven't, or someone I've known for nearly 10 years or 30 years, and now reveal something to them. So it definitely just depends on the individual on a case-by-case basis. But overall, I'm pretty open, and I think normally, or I should say not normally, but in my perspective, I think artists are generally very open because we're always revealing a very fragile side of ourselves by expressing ourselves very organically. So I think naturally if you're an artist, then you're kind of open.
Do you agree that something good could come out of everything?
I do think something good can come out of everything. What I also think, though, is at the moment that you're experiencing that thing, whether it's bad or good, but specifically if it's bad, you don't tend to see what the hell the good came from that situation. But what I found for myself is I've only discovered the good that did come from that situation down the line. So I think things like that, for stuff that's bad and sucks that happens, ends up, can push you in one direction or the other, or teach you something about yourself that in a way could be good and therapeutic.
If you had 3 wishes, what would they be?
Okay, 3 wishes. What do I want them to be? Well, the first wish is that I wish all my friends and my family and loved ones a long, long life of healthy health. That doesn't make any sense. But I wish long life for all my friends and family, and good health upon them, and good blessings. The second would be that I could be the best artist I could possibly be, as well as a good person. And third, I'd actually like to have some telekinetic powers.
Are you more independent or social?
I would definitely say I'm more independent. Though, funny enough, I am quite a social butterfly. I kind of think those two sort of intermingle with themselves, meaning that, I think in order to really understand how you stand up independently, you have to see how you interact with people socially, and vice versa. If you're more social with people, I think you can discover more things about yourself when you're amongst others. So I think a good balance of being independent and social is pretty good. So I would definitely probably say both, actually, more than just one or the other.
What is the first thing you thought about when you woke up this morning?
The first thing I thought about this morning was children. Don't know why. I think it was from a dream I had.
What book are you reading right now?
The book I'm currently reading that I just got from the library that I'm super excited is Alice in Wonderland and the philosophies in the book. So I'm super excited to see what that's going to come about.
Can you cook?
Heck yeah, I can cook. I can throw down. You know what? I can feed you.
Okay, that's fine. You can take it down a notch. Thanks. Favorite blog at the moment?
My favorite cool site is Brain Pickings. It's a really cool site that has a lot of literary artists on there. So they talk about creativity, sex, life, food, variation of subjects and topics, and that's where I really discover most of my books nowadays that I want to read, whether it's based on creativity or spirituality or anything. So I'm pretty psyched up about that website.
And last, where were you born?
San Francisco, baby! Holla!
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Le, for speaking with us. We look forward to part 2. And thank you for joining us for this part 1 of Getting to Know Le. I'm still talking. Thank you. And we will be back next week for part 2, which the 25 questions will more pertain to Le as the artist. If you have any questions that you'd like to submit for Le to answer next week, please email us at the link below, and I will include it into my questionnaire of talking to her next week. Thanks so much.
Thanks.